This is Love Notes, daily devotions from Holy Trinity Lutheran Church. Grace and peace to you. Job continues to speak in chapter 16, beginning at verse 18. He cries out and says, "O earth, do not cover my blood. Let my outcry find no resting place. Even now my witness is in heaven, and my advocate is on high." Interesting statement of faith. The one who seems not to answer him, the one who seems not to hear, the one who seems to have inflicted the pain is precisely who Job calls to the stand to be his witness, who Job calls to be his advocate, his lawyer, his defending attorney, because he trusts that God knows the truth. My friends scorn me. Indeed they do. My eye pours out tears to God, that he would maintain the right of a mortal with God as one does for a neighbor. In other words, I cry out to God that I would have a place before God, that as mortal beings created in the image of God, we have some place to gain the ear of God. He longs for a heavenly defender. And since no neighbor has come to defend him, he looks to heaven for that to come. And he depends upon that because he says, when a few years have come, I shall go the way from which I shall not return. He means death. This will all end in death. And Job understands in wisdom literature that death is the last thing. Verse 17 begins, "My spirit is broken, my days are extinct, the grave is ready for me. Surely there are mockers around me." Yeah. "And my eye dwells on their provocation. Lay down a pledge for me with yourself. Who is there who will give surety for me?" I'm not sure if this is to God or it's to some other witness, an unknown witness. Many Christians have seen this as something that might have been a seed that gave us some understanding of Jesus at a later date, but Job wouldn't know anything about that. Jesus does become our advocate, the one who is present with us, the one who states our case before the Lord, the one who suffers with us and knows intimately every detail of our suffering. He says in verse 4, "Since you have closed their minds to understanding," God has for some reason taken the minds of all of his friends and closed it to understand his position. Therefore, you will not let them triumph. Job is certain that there's enough justice in God that those who are yakking mercilessly will not be proven right. Those who denounce friends, it says, for reward, the eyes of their children will fail. So, are the ones who are denouncing Job as their friend looking for some reward? I'm not sure they're looking for an obvious reward, that they'll get paid or there'll be riches or whatever. But, whenever we push our point over somebody else, we're looking for a reward. We're looking to be proven right and everybody else wrong. We're looking for justifying what we already think. We're looking for getting a reward of being superior to others, out-arguing them, being right. If I stay with tradition, God will love me? That seems to be what all of the friends think. If I stay with the tradition, if I'm always a good person, who can be good? If I dust myself off and I engage in self-help, then God will love me? You see what I'm saying? Taking out their own sense of insecurity and fear on Job is its own reward. And that's what we do when we do not offer compassion to those who suffer around us, when we try to give them pat answers. We're talking to ourselves more than we're talking to them. We hope it's true that God doesn't punish people like me. And of course, I'm good. And that is our reward. But it's a hollow reward because it's not true. Amen.